Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Street Beat. I'm your host, Amir Makefson. Today, we'll be addressing concerns about how ethnic groups are being portrayed in the local media. This organization is helping to bridge the racial divide by bringing ethnic communities together for social change. Our first guests are Steve Spreitzer. He is the president and CEO of the Michigan Roundtable for Diversity and Inclusion, and Teresa Beltran, a member of the Hispanic community and president and CEO of Beltran Media. Thank you both for joining us. It's good joining us. Good to have you, Steve. It's good to see you again. Now, your organization sounds a little bit obvious in terms of what it is and what it does, but give us an overall view.
Yeah, for 76 years, we've been a premier human relations and racial justice organization in Michigan. So we really work to make sure the places we work and live are places where everyone is welcome and treated fairly. So few people really know the other as a consequence of the segregation in this region. So how do we bring people to know and then care about each other and ultimately work how to address the racism that continues to plague this region?
And it's one of the hottest topics today, it seems. Tell me about Beltran.
Beltran Media is actually an agency that works with building relationships for customers and brands, making sure that brands understand how to reach their customer and elevate their brand level. But we also do Hispanic marketing, and in Hispanic marketing we really help brands understand the exact campaign that they need to do and where they need to reach it, and making sure that at the right segment, because the Latino population is very diverse. There's different segments, there's different acculturate levels, and also language preference.
So are people open to that? You know, you hear a lot of negativism today. Well, why should I have to press 2 for Spanish? I mean, that kind of thing. How do you address that in a way that people understand and gain the importance of that thought?
Well, first of all, if it's press 2, it's really the Hispanic community that's kind of asking, why do we have to do so many prompts and everything? But let me step back a little bit, because the Hispanic market is a very important market right now.
Absolutely.
And it's focused, and just if you look at the gross domestic product level, if the Hispanic, actually there was a market research done by the Latino Future Research Group, and in there they showed that 70%, not only are they the largest group, but they're growing 70%. If they were their own economy, the Latino group here in the U.S., the Latino GDP would actually be its own. It'd be the 7th largest country in the in all of not Latin America, but all of the world. It's actually larger than the India, larger than Canada, and also could be larger than Italy or Brazil. So it's growing. It's contributed like about $2.13 trillion into our U.S. GDP. So it's a very important thing that we actually consider that this is a very huge economy. So having a press thing, we need to look at more at our economy and the fact that the U.S. market is a very intricate part of us and growing further. And we need to focus on that. And you look at media, the media is not portraying that. They're looking at the myths that all Hispanics are undocumented. That's not
What
true.
are some of the myths, and how can they be changed?
Well, myths basically can be changed by media giving facts. The facts like I just gave you. The facts that undocumented are, not all immigrants are undocumented. Actually, 73% of Hispanics are U.S. citizens.
This is the importance of where media comes in, because a lot of people, they know what they hear, they don't really know what the facts are, and it's up to the media to give honest information and broad information so that we can absorb that and how we can use it to the good of all of us.
True, and the good to our economy and to the United States, because we are growing, we want to go further, we want to step back and slide back, and unfortunately with the new administration there's been a lot of misconceptions of Hispanics. We do appreciate, another myth is that we don't like education. That's not true. There's been a 40% increase with education, and actually Latinos do go in that direction more. And it's not a choice whether you're going to go to college, and not for me at least when I was growing up. Born here, I knew that I was going to college. It was the decision of what I was going to study.
Let me ask you quickly about Ask Latina, Latina.
As a Latina was developed by me is because through my journey, I realized that Latinas really need a guide. There's only 2% of Latinas in higher level leadership positions. But the Latinas out there, even though we're growing faster in the women's market, there's a large percentage that's growing, about 29% by 2060. It's going to be a large women's market. They're underpaid. It's like 55 cents of the dollar to a male. It's also counterpart to other women that get $78 to an hour. It's still very low. So it's very important to have this website that gives resources to Latinas throughout the journey of their lives to make sure they know where to go as far as health goes. Not only health, but we want more nurses and more doctors.
Okay, I'm going to give them a website for that. Steve, you're going to stay with us, and if you'd like any more information, you can go to the website, get what you need, AskLatina.com, AskLatina.com. Now, when Street Beat returns, we'll see what the Jewish community is doing to change how they are being portrayed in the media. Stay with us.